Welcome filmmakers, fans, and friends to Indie Cinema Showcase. I'm Christina Carmona.
And I'm Nanda Luis Roman.
We are here at Dolphin Image Studios located in Winter Haven, and it is the ideal spot for Florida filmmakers to come and bring their project to life.
With studios, a virtual set, a backlot, and 9 acres of land, they have everything you need for your next film or podcast.
Join us as we take you on the tour of Dolphin Image Studios. Hey guys, I'm here with Juan Pantoja, president of Dolphin Image Studios. Juan, thank you so much for taking time out to speak with me today.
Not a problem. Thanks for coming and visiting us.
All right, I love it so far. So let's jump right into it. Tell us a brief history about the studio.
Well, this location where we're in, it used to be Patterson Studios. The buildings was built as a film production studio back in the 60s. This was predating Disney, Universal. So this is physically the first film production studio in Central Florida. So we have 3,000 square feet of soundstage. We have a podcast studio, an audio studio. This was built for film. Was not built as a TV studio, so yeah.
Wow, so this is a true icon.
Yes.
A true icon. Now, walking through the door, I noticed that there were some vintage items. Now, do you still have some vintage cameras and such?
When we purchased the studio from Mr. Patterson, one of the things we wanted to do, as soon as I first came and visit, I fell in love with the place. It was full of stuff. People say, "Oh my God, it was full of junk." No, it's history. 60 years of production that was going through here. So I told him, it's like, "Hey, you don't have to sell anything. You don't have to take anything if you don't want to. I'll keep everything here. We want to preserve the history because it's a history from Florida. It's a history from Central Florida. So yes, we have vintage cameras from the 60s and 70s. We have moviola dollies. We have editing equipment, projectors from the first home movie theaters, which is with little tapes and audios and stuff. So yeah, we try to keep everything as much as we can, just so when people come and visit, they can feel that nostalgia and travel to the past like visiting a museum.
Now, this started with John. Can you tell us a little bit about how he ran this place?
Well, I met him in 2018. So he was here pretty much 24/7, even though there was no production going on at the time. He's an awesome guy. He's always willing to teach people the craft and stuff. A lot of professional filmmakers in the area that have their companies in Orlando, in Tampa, and South Florida started here with him. So he's made a big impact in the community. And he started with, I think it's Dick Pope with Cypress Garden back in the day, where you had to jump into a swamp with the gators to film commercials and stuff like that. So it's a really cool guy. He has a bunch of stories. We actually have one episode of our podcast coming soon with an interview with him.
Wow. So, you spoke a lot about commercials. Mm-hmm. Now, did he make any productions? Did he produce anything, any films out of here?
He did one that I don't remember the name. It was in between here and Universal Studios, so that was probably like in the 80s. And then he did The Legend of Old Durant. That is his baby, and that is like a story with cowboys and stuff. I'm not gonna say Western because it's not supposed to be a Western, but it has cowboys and it's a good stories with very famous people at the time. It was filmed mainly in Wyoming with all the stuff here, but it was edited and put together here.
Wow, very cool. So there's a lot of history here, and John is an icon here. So how did you become the president?
Well, I've been in the film and theater industry for a while. I started doing makeup back when I was in college many years ago. So I'm from Puerto Rico, so I started doing makeup and special effects makeup for film, TV, and theater back in the late 90s. So that was my career for over 22 years. And then as you get older, your legs get tired. And so I went back to school and finished my degrees and went to school for film production. So that way I can be more involved in the behind the scenes aspect, not necessarily on set. And that's why I met my friend that we wanted to put together a company. So we started Dolphin Image Films. And we started in Orlando in a little office, 2 people. Then we partnered with a company for augmented reality for background replacement. And we needed a space for filmmakers to come and shoot their projects. And that's when we started looking for a place. Orlando is a little bit saturated with a lot of studios. My main concern is one of the things that people think the last when they're filmmaking is the sound. So Orlando has a lot of flight patterns. So airplanes every 20 seconds. Right. And you have to hold for plane, every 20 seconds. Yeah. So here I always thought that it was going to be something around Polk. Because it's going to be a center part between Orlando and Tampa. Tampa is a big market with commercials and films. Orlando is more in the commercial area. So being here, we're in the middle of both. Right. But separated so we can bring big name talent and nobody will know they're here. Yeah. So we're a little hidden gem. And that's why we came here. So we knew that he was selling the place. And we wanted to preserve the history, not selling it to somebody that will convert it into storage and warehouse and then throw all the equipment, all the history to the garbage. So.
Wow, that's just made me completely excited. I want to see all this vintage stuff. I cannot wait to check it out.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, guys, we're back from our tour of the studio. What an amazing tour. Thank you so much for showing us around.
Not a problem. Anytime. I mean, we always say if the gate is open, we're here. We'll happy to show the place around.
So Christina asked you a little bit about the history of Dolphin Studios and where it started from to where it is now. Let's talk about Dolphin Studios today. What does Dolphin Studios have available?
So we're a full film production studio. We basically focus more on narrative content, or that's what we want to try to stick with. We still have commercial work coming here, realtors, different companies that want to come and shoot. They rent the studio, bring their equipment. So we are space to rent. We do podcasts, Facebook's live streams. We pretty much anything that has to do with pointing a camera at someone and recording them, we can do it. Post-production, we tend to outsource that part. So right now we're focusing more on actually capturing the images and all the process of the pre-production, which a lot of times many filmmakers struggle.
Now, we got to see some cool areas when we were walking around. For example, the sound stage. One of the things that really stood out was the virtual wall. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So it is 4K, 1.5 pitch LED wall. So we can use it for background replacements, for virtual sets. if you think about it, is going back to basics, because the old black and white films, when they were doing anything that now will be done with green screen, it was done with rear projection. So this is our rear projection, but with an LED screen. Part of the advantages is that you don't have to key anything out. Everything is captured on camera. And it helps the filmmakers and the DPs kind of light the scene better, because they actually have a world behind them that they can light to. So we have that in our stage. We have a 50-foot by 20 feet infinity wall. So it's pretty much a soundstage. You can be very creative there.
Right, and it's like, and it's very cool because we are seeing that regress, or that coming back of that type of backlit type of studios. I mean, in productions like The Mandalorian are actually very popular for using that style nowadays. So I know a lot of people have seen that kind of stuff and think about, wow, that's kind of something that I want to apply to my production as well. So here they have the opportunity to do that. Now, this place also doesn't do just film. Tell us a little bit about the podcast aspect of it.
So in the room that we're right now, it is, or it used to be, the dubbing stage, where everything was done in film. So we have machines in the back to mix all the audio tracks together down while they were projecting the films or in the projects into the big screen here in front of us. So it is soundproof, and it is built for audio recording. They did a lot of commercials with General Mills, Levi, cigarette companies and stuff like that. So at that time, you had to bring the band in here to record. So we have the space for that. And because we have the space, we decided, well, a lot of people are doing podcasts, and then people are doing live streams and all that kind of stuff. This is pretty much a perfect space because it is built for recording, especially recording audio, that we can do multiple camera setups and in a studio environment with enough space that people don't feel like they're on top of each other.
Right.
So yeah, in a historic place there.
So now also, as far as the podcast goes, you also is it utilized for like things like ADR as well?
We've done ADR here for a couple of projects. We've done audiobooks, and yeah, pretty much anything. We've done Foley recordings, I would say like once so far. But yeah, I mean, every production, if they need the space, normally when filmmakers come here, we tell them we have the sound recording studio. So if you have talent, if you want to record some ADR, do it right there and then. If there's some voiceover while you're here, record that. That way you don't have to rent another space to record that voiceover. So, yeah.
So one of the things that really stands out and makes Dolphin Image Studios stand out from other studios is your 9 acres of land that you have here. Tell us a little bit about that.
So Winter Haven has grown a lot, and it actually has grown a lot since I've been here the last 2 years. We're a mile away from Legoland, which used to be Cypress Gardens. And the previous owner bought as much as he could. So there's 8.5 acres of land here from fence to fence. We are behind some businesses, so we're kind of hidden. But we, as you saw, we have woods. We have areas that look like warehouses. We have a cabin in the woods. We have, within the wooded area, we have trails that we can do. We've done dolly shots on golf carts and running shots because we have the space to do that.
So tell us a bit. So on the website, you guys also have a film submission portion of the site itself. Tell us a little bit how filmmakers can get involved with Dolphin Studios and what's the process behind that.
So our goal when we started the company in 2018 was to help boost the filmmaking in Florida. But part of the issue is that a lot of times filmmakers don't necessarily know where to start. So we want to be the hub where we can pretty much take your production and make it a reality. Not just a camera crew or audio crew. We can take it all the way from pre-production to finished product. So that's why we have that submission page. So before any filmmaker starts talking to us about a project, we have to know that they're okay with us reading and evaluating that content. There's some programs and some options for, depending on the budget, we can take some of the weight of the budget out of the independent filmmakers. But it's a budget. It's a case by case, depending on what they need. Some people just need the sound stage. Some people just need camera crew. So that's where we work with the filmmakers.
That's awesome. So you guys really have laid it out where pretty much any project that is needed to be done can be done here at Dolphin Studios.
And not just here. Part of our way to help the filmmakers is that we've been reaching out to the community around us. So the community here knows the studio from Patterson Studios back in the day. And they're willing to film, and they're willing to let us know and do whatever we want around here. So it's a film-friendly community. So we have contact with caterers and hotels and different services around town that help the filmmakers achieve everything within the boundaries of the county. The permits are easier to get here than in Orlando. None of the cities around here have fees for filming, so that helps too. So we try to contain all the production within an area, not because we don't want to travel. I'll go shoot in Tallahassee if I need to. But if your project can live within this space, you're saving a lot of money because you have less company moves and you lose less days traveling from location to location. So that's how one of the filmmakers that comes here for his project, he says that we have our Dolphin incentive. That's the way he says it. So that's one of the ways that we try to help filmmakers complete their projects.
It sounds like you guys have a solid plan when it comes to like helping the filmmaking community, which is actually great because in the long run, we do want to see the film community grow here in Central Florida. We know that it used to be pretty big back in the day, kind of went away a little bit, and now we're seeing that resurgence again here in Central Florida, which is fantastic. So you guys have heard a little bit about the past of the studio. You've seen what we can do nowadays. How can anybody looking for more information about Dolphin Studios go to?
Well, we're on all social medias. We are in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of them as Dolphin Image Studios. In our website, dolphinimagestudios.com, you can find information about how to submit your projects for us, if you need to contact us for renting the space or any information that you want to reach out to us for. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And our phone number is 407-436-7596. 407 because we started in Orlando, so we kept the number.
That's usually how it is nowadays. Well, Juan, thank you so much for having us in the studio today. It's been an amazing time actually getting to walk around and actually take a look at everything. We hope to be back and see some more and see what else Dolphin Image Studios have to offer.
Yeah, hopefully 2021 looks like a very good year so far. So, yeah, probably going to see a couple of features coming out of here.
Let's keep that momentum going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this look at Dolphin Image Studios. And by we, I mean me, because I seem to have lost Nando somewhere. I signed some release forms for him, but I haven't seen him since. I'm sure he's fine. That's all the time we have for this episode of Indie Cinema Showcase. Be sure to follow us on our socials at ICSTV on Facebook and ICSTV Show on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, if you want to be featured on ICS, email us at icstv@yahoo.com. Well, I'm gonna go look for Nando, but as they say in the movie business, that's a wrap. See you next time.
I don't know where I am. I'm so scared. I'm so lost. If anybody finds this, I just want you to know.